Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Welcome once again to Kahului Hongwanji Buddhist Temple's YouTube Sunday service. And so today's service is for March 7th, 2021. We have a very simple service today. We have already heard the ringing of the temple bell, the kansho, and then we will have the chanting of Vandana Tisarana, so praising the Buddha and the Buddha's enlightenment and taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And then we will have the sutra verses reaffirming the vows, which is the English version of what's called Jusege from the larger sutra, larger Pure Land Sutra. And this is literally what it is, Amida Buddha reaffirming, or the Bodhisattva who becomes Amida Buddha in the sutra, reaffirming the great vows to save all beings. After that, excuse me, I want to insert something in between there. Between Vandana Tisarana and the sutra chanting, I'm going to do the aspiration for the family gratitude remembrance, because I forgot to insert that, to put that in the service for back in February. Normally the fourth Sunday we do family gratitude. So we forgot it last month, so I want to add it in for this month. Add it in today to cover just to remember everyone who has memorials in February. Sorry about that. And after the Vandana Tisarana, the family gratitude aspiration, and then the sutra, we will have the golden chain of love, and then I will share a Dharma message with you. And following that, we will chant the metta, or the loving kindness meditation, and then we'll sing the nembutsu and have some closing words. Okay, so let's begin our service now by putting our hands together in gassho and reciting the nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida. Today, Kahului Hongwanji Sangha has gathered together to remember our loved ones who have passed away, particularly those whose memorials were observed in the month of February. In appreciation of them, let us reflect deeply on the transience, the uncertainty, and the impermanence of our existence, so that we may all awaken to realize the true significance of living. May we live our lives as an expression of appreciation for the limitless kindness we constantly receive, each and every moment, and let us seek to repay our debt of gratitude to all of our departed loved ones for the great benevolence that they have bestowed upon us. In deep awareness of the many blessings we constantly receive from others, let us repeat the name which is true reality itself, measureless light, boundless life. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Namo Amida Butsu. I have made unrivaled vows and will reach the highest path. If I fail in any way, may I not attain Buddhahood. Should I not provide to all for countless kalpas to come, aid in times of suffering, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will reach enlightenment, but unless my Buddha name resounds throughout the universe, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will practice the noble path, wisely, mindfully, free of greed, seek to reach the supreme way, be a guide to one and all. May my power shine great light to illumine and dispel the darkness of the three poisons, and save all from suffering. With eyes of wisdom I'll remove the darkness of ignorance. I will close all evil paths, open gates of highest good. When I attain Buddhahood, light will shine throughout all lands, light brighter than sun and moon, outshining all heavenly lights, giving my virtues to all, not forsaking anyone. I will proclaim the Dharma like the roar of a great lion, bowing before all Buddhas, steadfastly gaining virtues, with wisdom fulfilling my vows. I shall be a guide to all, like the wisdom of my teacher. May my wisdom also shine all throughout the universe, and illumine one and all. If I shall fulfill these vows, may all lands tremble with joy. From the heavens wondrous flowers rain down upon all the lands. Namon Dabu, Namon Dabu, Namon Dabu, Namon Dabu, Namon Dabu, Namon Dabu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Golden chain of love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. At this time, I would like to share some thoughts about the Buddha's teaching with you. So will you please join me with your hands in reverence as we recite the Buddha's name, the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, good morning again, or whenever you happen to be watching this video. Today I would like to share a short reflection that was written by my late friend and teacher, Dr. Alfred Bloom. It is entitled Faith Transforms Life. After I share it with you, I will just share a few thoughts about it, a few comments. But right now, I'd like to read to you this article. So we begin. Some time ago, I heard a story from Tibet which offers insight into the nature of faith. According to the story, there was a traveling salesman, not one of those jokes, who lived with his devout and aged mother. Often, when he went on business trips, she would plead with him to bring her a relic tooth of the Buddha. Relics are highly venerated in some forms of Buddhism, and also, of course, in many religions. So, just to step out of the reading right now, just to mention that, it might sound strange to us, but the idea of a tooth that was the Buddha's tooth is a highly desirable, I guess, a sacred object in some forms of Buddhism, I guess Tibetan Buddhism particularly. And I mean, the Buddha, like anyone else, only had a certain number of teeth, so there's probably a lot more Buddha teeth around, than the Buddha actually had. So, but we'll see from this article that what the relic really is, whether it's real or not, is not the point. Okay, so we'll go on from there. I'll return to the reading. Okay, so this son would frequently go on his business trips, but because he was so busy, he forgot to bring her the relic. However, one day, as he was wending his way home, he encountered the carcass of a dog on the road, and he suddenly remembered his mother's request. He removed a tooth from the dog, wrapping it in a cloth. When he returned home, he gave the tooth to his mother, saying, "Mother, I have finally brought you a tooth of the Buddha." The grateful mother immediately put her hands together in prayer and reverence. Thereupon, the room lit up with rays of light from the tooth. This story is very instructive. Faith or trust is a matter of the heart. She perceived the Buddha nature even in the dog's tooth. Faith is intuitive and rooted in our human nature. Whatever the external reality may be, a real tooth of the Buddha or a dog's tooth, it is faith that transforms and gives spiritual meaning to the object. It was for her a veritable tooth of the Buddha. We live by our faith and are enabled to negotiate our lives in the world because we have faith. Faith in the order of things, faith in the people around us. Faith is the foundation of life. The mother did not ask for a demonstration or proof that the object the dog's tooth, was in fact a relic of the Buddha. She did not put her son or the tooth to the test. She trusted, and the reality was in her faith. Faith can be said to create reality. It is our subjectivity in encounter with the world. It is an experience. Our faith shapes the attitudes and actions we carry out in our life. Faith is a response to our being, faith is a response of our being to something greater which calls for our commitment. Some call it God, Buddha, the Tao, Mana, Kami, many other names. Each person's faith wears its own garment. We are told that faith moves mountains, that faith is the evidence of things unseen. It is the assurance of things hoped for. Faith is an encounter with the mystery of life, which cannot simply be objectified and placed outside us or in our hip pocket. We do not argue faith, we give witness to its power in our lives. Faith is different than belief. We try to prove beliefs which may be right or wrong. We argue about or compare beliefs. Beliefs are highly diverse and give rise to strenuous debate. People unite in faith as they confront the same mystery of life, though under various guises. Beliefs are held, but faith is shared. I'll read that sentence again. Beliefs are held, but faith is shared. People can unite on the basis of their faith experience, while beliefs divide us and conflict. When beliefs are grounded in living faith, universal peace can become a reality in our conflicted world. I'd like to put my hands in Gasho and recite the Nembutsu as I have completed this reading. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Well, I'm not sure when my friend Al Bloom, Dr. Bloom, everyone always called him Al, when he wrote this, it must have been, maybe 10 years ago or longer. He passed away in 2017, so it's been a few years. But I believe that this short reflection, as we think about it, really applies very, very deeply to the times we're living in right now. There's so much conflict in the world because of, beliefs, either religious beliefs or political beliefs, conspiracy theories, or of course, interestingly, it's always other people who have the wrong beliefs, right? It's always the other people who have conspiracy beliefs that are believed. So when you say, my own beliefs are sensible, right? They're based in fact, but those people's beliefs are crazy, right? Well, that's the nature of belief, you see. Even when you think your understanding or your knowledge is based on facts, you really have to be critical and self-critical. And I think this is what faith, in other words, the true religious path, I don't care whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Jew, or whether you're a Buddhist or any other religion, the true religious path is a path of self-criticism, self-knowledge, self-awakening. You can't get anywhere on the spiritual path by saying, I've just been given the final answer. I know all the answers, and I believe this, that's all there is to it, done, right? That is a kind of, that simply is a way of letting ourselves off the hook. It's a way of flattering ourselves. I know everything, they're wrong, I'm right. Dr. Bloom is telling us, that, belief is something that causes conflict because people have set their minds that this is the answer, and I don't want anything to interfere with that. I don't want my world shaken up, of course, then we all do it actually, and we have to understand too why people become attached to beliefs. In Buddhism, the Buddha taught us, the first thing he taught was that we suffer. We have this deep mental, psychic, psychological, stress and struggle and unhappiness due to our attachments. And one of the main attachments we have is to beliefs. I believe this, right? This is the way it is. Don't mess that up. Don't argue with me. I'm not going to give way, right? So when people argue beliefs, they can't give way. There's just a brick wall. At best, people just say, let it go. You believe what you want, and I'll believe what I want. But at worst, of course, it's like you must believe what I say, and the other side says you must believe what I say. So it's conflict. It can become violent. It can become deadly, either emotionally deadly or physically, right? So belief is really problematic. I mean, if I say I believe that the world is round, and someone argues with that, well, I'm not going to argue back because I don't really believe that the world is round. I just simply that's the experience of people have had for centuries. We kind of know it. We can sail around it and so on. But it isn't. But once it becomes a subject for argument, it doesn't. There's no point to try to argue it, right? So, in a sense, I could say that I have faith that the world is round because it's experience. It's part of my experience. Dr. Bloom mentioned that faith is an encounter with the mystery of life, which cannot simply be objectified and placed outside of ourselves or in our hip pocket. It's something we know because we know, right? We've truly experienced it. And again, like he points out, we don't have to prove it. Faith is not something we prove. He quotes from St. Paul in the Bible when he says that faith is the evidence of things unseen, the assurance of things hoped for. Right? We can't prove that something is true that we know to be true from experience. However, when we have that deep respect for others, true faith gives us this. In our Jodo Shinshu tradition, Shinran called it Shinjin, and Shinjin really refers to the mind of the Buddha. So to be connected with the mind of the Buddha, and what is the mind of the Buddha? The mind that embraces everything equally. The mind of infinite love, infinite compassion. So when we say, when we talk about faith, in Jodo Shinshu using that term, or really true faith in any religion, means that we can all sit together at the table and appreciate and accept each other's understanding. The differences are only in words. There's not a difference in we all believe. Everybody believes different things, and religions so-called believe different things. But people of faith all have one faith. If I try to describe it, I'm going to use certain words. Someone in another religion will use other words, right? And so on. But if I say if I'm with other people of faith, when I join with other people of faith, or even within my own experience of faith, I am joined, even if I don't see them, I'm joined with everyone who has the faith of opening themselves to the true experiences of life, of seeing themselves critically, not putting myself forward. I'm right. I know all the answers. Quite the contrary. Shinran always emphasized that I don't know anything. I don't know what's good or bad, right? Only to see myself, this foolish person, this person filled with selfishness, encountering the infinite compassion we call Amida Buddha, other people call God, infinite compassion that embraces us all and brings us to true understanding, true happiness. Can't be described in words, really. I can only suggest. I'm only suggesting, right? My own experience, your experience, but every day we live this life. Today, the world is is so full of conflict, so full of hatred. And this really comes from a lack of faith. I think it's very important. We have to really think about this, right? Whether it's religious beliefs, political beliefs, whatever. We need to really think deeply about how we think about the world, how we think about others, and use our faith, use our trust in life itself to open our hearts to the sufferings of others. You know, it's how often has it been said, but we forget, you know, it's really easy to be sympathetic to people who are like yourself or who agree with you, and very difficult to be sympathetic to those who are different or hold beliefs that you think are terrible, right? And I know myself, there's a lot of, you know, you hear every day about people doing things. I don't want to go into details, but you know what I'm talking about, what's going on and what goes on all the time, the kind of very prejudiced views that people have, or very judgmental views. I don't care what side you're on. Both sides do it, right and left and so on. Same thing with religion, you know. But to understand, you know, people, it's really easy to make judgments, but when people are suffering, they look for something to hold on to. That's a belief, right? Those are those kind of blind beliefs. It may be a conspiracy theory, it may be something just benign, but whatever it is, people hold on, look for something to hold on to. We have to understand that. We people of faith have to understand that, and try to teach openness, try to encourage everyone around you to come together, right? People need to all sit down at the same table. It's the only way. It's the only way we're going to resolve these problems and solve the problems of the world today. Stop our judgments, stop our hateful thinking, and open ourselves up to one another, even when we disagree, especially when we deeply disagree. So, the last thing he said, Dr. Bloom said, my friend Al said in this article is, when beliefs are grounded in living faith, universal peace can become a reality in our conflicted world. So I think I'll leave it at that. And thank you very much for listening. Let's put our hands together in Gassho and recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.
Namo
Well, thank you all very much for joining with us today. Once again, as we have our YouTube service, still things are looking better. We may be able to have more in-person services, but it's still uncertain. So we're still continuing with the YouTube service and probably continue with them for quite a while anyway, even when we get back into the temple. Find a way to do that. Thank you. I'm so glad we were able to join together today, and I hope you take something away with you that is meaningful to you from this video. I have a couple announcements. So March 28th, our fourth Sunday in March, we have our spring Ohigan. Ohigan refers to the crossing over to perfection, to realizing perfection, and it is one of the major services in our tradition. And also the family gratitude. Remember, it's for March. Everyone who has a memorial service in March will be remembered on that day. There's more information in the scrolling text, scrolling announcements afterwards, at the end of the video. And then for April 11th, a reminder that Hanamatsuri, Central Maui Hanamatsuri Association, our usual Hanamatsuri celebration, Buddhist birthday celebration, is not able to be held in person. So we will have a video, and that video will be issued on April 11th and Sunday, and so that will be instead of our regular Sunday video on that day. And that in this video is a joining together of many of the Buddhist temples here in Maui. So again, you can find more information down in the scrolling text. So thank you very much, and let's conclude our service now by reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.